So, Concord is a game that's probably going to live in infamy for Sony. But prior to this, there was a lot of excitement from Sony specifically on this game. So, here it is dated August 13, 2024. And here are their launch plans and the adventure ahead. So, the studio that developed this was Firewalk, and Sony actually purchased Firewalk. So, they became part of the Sony brand. And so they were able to get the game and the entire development team. So here was their roadmap that they were going to have. So first major content drop in October. You can see all this season additions, as you can see here. Different suits, guns, colors, and stuff. And yeah, a lot of things that were going to come for Concord. And Sony was definitely excited about this. And I'm pretty sure everybody involved with this game was, because I think it was in development for like 8 years or something, which is a pretty long time. And then they had planned to drop some future seasons on January 2025. But as anyone knows, the adventure definitely did not continue. It ended, and it ended abruptly and very quickly, because on September 3rd, 2024, there was an important update on Concord. And basically, the game director of Firewalk Studios is basically saying on September 6th, they're going to take the game offline and they're going to refund everybody who purchased it, whether it's on PS5 or PC. And that's exactly what happened, because if you go to Steam and you type in Concord, you won't see anything related to that. You just see all these other things, as far as I could tell. And even if you were able to find it, you couldn't purchase it anyway. So it's basically been wiped out of the digital history in terms of being able to purchase it. And speculation was going around on how much it costs to make Concord. There were estimates of 100 plus million, 200 million. And, that's not including things like marketing and everything else. But some were speculating that it costs a lot higher than this. And looks like it was higher, a lot higher. $400 million to make. Yeah, that is absolutely insane. Now, I don't know exactly what everything is involved there, including marketing maybe. Who knows? But it's specifically talking about the development. And it comes from this person called Colin Moriarty. He actually posted this on X or Twitter. And I actually had this talk about this. And basically, it was a really big thing for Sony. They were expecting it to be like a Star Wars potential in terms of the popularity, the amount of money, and all this other stuff. And they were also, I guess, talks of them not having any toxic positivity or negative feedback. So basically, they didn't want any type of negative press going out before the game was released, as far as I understand from this. But, unfortunately, that didn't help anything, because at the end of the day, this game absolutely tanked and it lost around $400 million. As far as we know right now, and that is absolutely horrible. And the thing is, it's not unexpected. Because whenever the game was released for, I guess, for some people to test out and try out, a lot of people didn't like it, But by that point, I think it was absolutely too late. Sony already spent $200 million when it hit alpha state. And then after that, another $200 million. And these are all rumors and speculation at this point. But it seems like the source that they had is pretty legit. And with all of that being said, I think it comes down to something that I think most longtime gamers have known. And I know there's this whole thing about woke games, modern games versus older games, and all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, it comes to having a really great game that is fun to play, interesting characters, and all of those things. I think that's a very simple concept. But I think modern games, and I think a lot of people have talked about this before, at least the big budget, triple, quadruple A modern games has really gotten away from this really simple, basic premise which has been around ever since video games were invented. Just focus on making a great game. That's fun, great story, great characters. That's about it. And if anybody actually pays attention to some top selling games, then they'll see that those games that deliver on those very important but basic principles, they're the ones that sell well. And that is not something that is surprising to anyone who is a gamer. So if you look at just some of the top sellers right now, Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, and previous to that, Black Myth Wukong was a huge seller as well. And a lot of these games, like Counter-Strike 2, it's still there for years and years and years. And so most of these games that are at the top, they fit that bill. They're super, super fun to play, great games, all those things that we all know, really high quality where it makes sense. And at the same time, it's really not about anything else besides creating a great game. Whereas games like Concord and similar games like it, there's so many other things outside of it just being a great game. And for better or for worse, that's where we are, and that's where we've been with modern gaming, especially these much bigger budget, triple, quadruple A gaming experiences. And hopefully, with situations like this, that companies like Sony and Microsoft will learn, because at the end of the day, it all comes down to money. So regardless of what happens, whatever type of games that they want to produce, if the actual gamers and people who are actually buying this don't like it, well, you're not going to make money. And hopefully that message is apparent with games like Concord, and they will change their ways and actually go back to doing the basics of creating great games for everyone. So if you actually had any thoughts on this, be sure to leave it in the comments area below, and I'll see you on another episode. Hey geeks, if you are a brand new creator and you simply want something easy to get you started, well, I got something for you with my Creator Starter Kit. This is a super simple step-by-step guide that's going to take you from having no channel to developing your very first YouTube channel, along with ideas, thumbnail designs, and other creator tips, including marketing. And the best part is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and get started creating.